So I have been traveling California, and for at least 2 or 3 years now, I've been trying to manifest the perfect home. And I know perfection doesn't exist, but I am looking for like my next solid foundation to stay at. I've always stayed in like really old homes. I've never really plotted my roots down concretely. And during the last couple years of trying to manifest like the dream house, right, that I have, that at least I'm going to spend a considerable amount of time and create the next projects that I'm creating, I've been taught by the universe how to start embodying that manifestation. So it started off a couple years ago where they were like, okay, well, you got to start practicing preparing for your manifestation. And when I say they, I'm talking about like the spirit guides, the cosmos, the Akashic records, my higher self, everybody was basically like, you got to start preparing for that house. What would you have in that house? And I was like, well, it's got to be a house that has a lot of windows and a lot of natural sunlight that's coming in. And I also need it to be big enough where I can have like a whole meditation room dedicated to it, and enough space where I can find quiet when I want to be away from other people. One of the things that's been coming up as I've been growing is the imagery of it. You got to use not only your imagination to create what you're looking for, but you got to start getting really specific. You got to start even feeling the vibrations of what that home is, and like what those things are that you're going to be experiencing when you're in that home. And as the time has gone by, it's been like, okay, well, now start buying and preparing for that thing. So I started buying art that I would hang up on a specific wall, and I started saying, okay, well, if my house is going to be this big, I'm going to have a wall that's just going to be like really dark art, just like dark spiritual art that makes you think and slightly makes you feel uncomfortable. So I bought a whole set of art for that wall that I'm manifesting, and then I bought other pieces of art where I'm like, okay, this is going to go in the kitchen, and hopefully based off of the feng shui principles, my kitchen will be maybe like this yellow color, and I'm going to put obelisk and certain kinds of stones everywhere. And this year in 2022, so let's say we started doing this in 2020, year one was all about like, okay, start like really imagining it. 2021 was all about like, okay, what kind of details do you want to have in it, and start planning for it, like start actually getting those details running for you, right? And then now 2022 is they're basically saying to us, the only way you're going to know exactly where you want to set your foundations, because the idea of the house is there and it's going to manifest at some point, and the preparation for the house says that you already know it's coming towards you, so you don't have to like struggle to get it. You just have to wait for divine time, right? Don't stress it is one of the things that I've learned a lot in manifestation. And it's basically coming back now this year saying, okay, well, you got to travel. If you don't, now know what you want in your house, like the base design that you want to go for, you have to know where the foundation is. Where do you want to land it? Do you want to put it in Aruba? Do you want to put it like somewhere where it's really, really hot and climate like? Do you want to keep it in Michigan where the seasons change? Do you want to go somewhere high up in the mountains? And it's been this thing where we've been getting these messages about travel and see what other people's houses are like. See what it's like to live in other places and the energy there. And then that's where you're going to create your foundation. And as we've been going through this journey, it's just been like a very magical awakening of being like, wow, like here we had to drive 15 minutes from town to get up here in the mountains to where we're staying. Would that bother me? No, because as a high empath, I would really love to be in a place like this all the time. As a shaman, I would really love to be somewhere here all the time, connecting to nature and just maybe even having retreats out here in some way, shape, or form. I don't need to live in a city and have all the commodities of a city if I'm connecting with a deeper sense of myself, which I tend to really find in nature. I tend to find only when I'm far away from other people. And it's not saying that I don't like people. It's just saying that I've always been around this kind of energy, this energy of being able to self-reflect and understand and unlock more of the cosmos. And I think this is my personal nature right here. Being in this vibration will allow me to become more of who I am, and then give more of myself to the world to help other people embody themselves. And these are these things that you have to like prepare for. Sometimes you're like, I want the house now. Like for years, I've been in Detroit and I've been like, man, I live in this house. This house is cool. Like, I'm grateful for this house. I'm grateful for how much it costs. And I'm grateful for the fact that I can walk down the street and get coffee if I want to, or any other restaurant or anything like that. But there's a lot of noise here, and it's not like this. This right here is priceless. This right here is wealth. This right here is gold. This is a treasure that I've been looking for such a long time. And now I know, okay, I need a foundation that's like this. Yeah, great. I can still deal with the cold. Detroit gets really cold. I can still deal with that. But as long as I have this, if I don't have something like this, then I'm not interested in dealing with the cold. I'd rather live somewhere sunny if I'm going to be living in a city or something, you know what I mean? And it's just been like this really powerful experience of knowing that I have to be patient. When I'm patient, I'm being vulnerable with myself, which means I'm being vulnerable with my manifestation. And a lot of times we're like, oh, manifestation, manifest like this. Do it right now, I swear to God. Oh my God, if I have to get out of this car right now, like, it's almost like you have like a stronghold over your manifestation and you don't let it thrive. You don't let it become what it needs to become. And a lot of times I've noticed that when I'm manifesting, I have a general loose idea of what it is that I want. I want a home that's far away where I can meditate, where I can have this kind of vibe where it's super quiet, where I can really connect with something higher. But I don't really know every aspect of it. I don't know if that's going to be in California. I don't know if that's going to be in Japan. I don't know where that's going to be. But wherever it is, I know at least it has to be detailed. And I have to be okay with letting it organically unfold. It knows what I want. I'm going to let it unfold and bring me my desires. It's been years and it's right around the corner, and you can feel that when you've gotten used to manifesting for a while. You can definitely feel when your manifestations are like literally around the corner. And it's one of those really magical experiences that I highly recommend you start paying attention to as many details as possible when you're creating something, and you give yourself time to unfold like an art piece. Sometimes it takes years for a really amazing movie to be created, or an amazing piece of art, or music even. And you're not willing to give that same kind of patience to your own manifestations. I know people who wait years for sequels of something, anything, but they're super impatient in manifesting themselves, which is like your own personal movie. So this is just something I wanted to share with you. I'm sending you all the love. I hope this wisdom helps you as it's helping me. All I can do is give you the wisdom that my spirit guides have given me so that you can empower yourself and that you can become the best version of yourself. So make sure that you share this with other people. Like the message itself, not even this video, is more so like, if you know somebody's struggling to manifest something, bro, what are you even doing to make it happen? Are you being patient? Like, do you want it now? Or are you willing to love it so much to grow it into something amazing? Because remember, your manifestations are relationships. And, sometimes your relationship, you started off with somebody and it's not rosy when it starts, like it's not amazing. It takes years for you guys to get to know each other, to go on adventures together, to grow together, for your relationship to become really rock solid and have like really good energy. So remember, your relationship with your manifestation is going to take time sometimes. And when you get good at having a relationship with manifestation, then you manifest even faster.